So many people come into the real estate industry completely unprepared, thinking this is going to be a cakewalk, it's easy money, so on and so forth. And then they flop around and kind of do nothing for 3 to 6 months until they eventually quit. And in this video, I'm going to go over exactly what you need to do beforehand to make sure that you're not that person. I'm that agent Kelly. I help realtors attract more clients via social media. So if you want to stop cold calling, door knocking, and doing everything else that sucks, subscribe to the channel to learn how to do that. So the first thing is, how much money should you have saved up? So I'll tell you what I did, and then I'm going to tell you what I think you maybe should do differently than what I did. I had $20K saved up, which was basically 3 months of living expenses. But what I did have on top of that was a line of credit. I think I had about $80,000 worth of credit on that LOC. And I ended up at one point using about $25,000 into that LOC. So I used up all the 20 grand plus another 25K into that LOC before I started getting paid so I could pay back all the debt that I had. And I know that sounds scary to a lot of you people listening to this that maybe have a day job right now, but a 25K line of credit is realistically 2 real estate deals. So for the first part of this preparing via your finances, I highly recommend that before you leave your day job, you go take out the biggest line of credit you can possibly get from the bank, because the second you leave that job, you are no longer going to be eligible for one. And it is quite honestly probably the most handy tool that I have in my business, knowing that even when I run out of money, I have another $80,000 to dip into, so I can just always be on offense, knowing that there's money coming in later when transactions start closing. So first things first, before you quit your job and go into real estate, I would take out a line of credit for the maximum amount that you can possibly get. You don't have to use it, but just to have it as a safety net. Secondly, how much living expenses should you actually have saved up? I think you should have minimum 3 months plus the LOC, just like I had. But more ideally, you would probably want to have at least 6 months of living expenses. It's even better yet, 8 months, but I think 6 months you'll be just fine. And again, get that LOC as a safety net. Because on top of your normal living expenses, like mortgage, rent, gas, whatever else you pay for, food, there's also likely, unless you come join me at my brokerage, Real Broker, there's going to be desk fees. At my old brokerage, it was $600 a month. So no matter what, and then my board fee ended up being about $750 a month. No matter what, sell no homes. On top of all my regular expenses, there was an extra $750 a month that went to just me being able to hold a real estate license. Now, you could kind of combat that expense by joining a brokerage like 𝐕𝐃 or Real, where you basically only pay once you sell a home. That's completely up to you, and I will do a video on if you should do that or not later on. Secondly, before you get your license, you're going to want to constantly educate yourself, and I would say start by reading The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. It's basically the same as Atomic Habits by James Clear. Everybody knows that book. Everybody references that book. I personally like The Compound Effect way more than Atomic Habits. I feel like Atomic Habits, it's a good book. I've read that one too, like 2 or 3 times, but there's way more fluff in it than The Compound Effect. Secondly, you're going to want to read The Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller. And then third, you're going to want to listen to people like Wes Watson, Dan Coe, Ricky Carruth, and of course, me. Honestly, it doesn't really matter who you listen to. Listen to whoever you feel like you align with the most, whoever you want to be like the most. Listen to the people that you want to be like who have been where you are right now. Those people are going to be able to guide you the most and give you the most advice. But for the most part, on a broad speaking basis, for the next year of your life, as you get into real estate and eventually get licensed, I would pretty much get rid of all forms of entertainment. Even, obviously listen to music when you go to the gym, sure, right? But Netflix, music, all of that stuff can be turned into books, podcasts, and YouTube videos that are educational. And third, momentum. You are going to want to hit the ground running when you get into real estate. And the best way to do that is to already have a bunch of wins piled up. So by the time that you get into real estate, your confidence is through the roof. And you're going to do that by, number one, dropping your vices. Stop drinking, stop smoking, stop eating like crap, stop doing all of that stuff. That's what I did. I still today I know for a fact, I wouldn't be close to anywhere close to where I'm at right now had I not dropped all of that stuff. Still to this day, I don't do any of it. And go to the gym and get into shape. Now, the reason why this is important is because of something that I've referenced on this channel in older self-development videos, but it is the broken window effect, which basically states that what does it state again? It basically states that if there's a window broken in a abandoned home in a neighborhood, suddenly other homes in the neighborhood will stop mowing their lawn. People just stop giving a crap about certain things. If you have a broken window in your car or a dent in your car, suddenly you're going to leave garbage in the car. You're not going to wash it. You're not going to take care of it anymore. And this is exactly what happens to you in real life when you treat yourself like crap, when you eat like crap, when you drink, when you whatever. And you've probably seen it if you're a gym goer like myself. You've had a period of your life where you're very consistent in the gym. You go out, you get smashed one weekend, and then suddenly you miss 3 days in a row of going to the gym. The whole house of cards falls down, and now you don't go to the gym anymore, and you eat like crap, and you're exactly the way you were 3 months ago before you started being consistent in the gym, all because you broke one window in your building, and then you started smashing all the other windows because, hey, that one's already broken, right? So, before you get into real estate, build up a large amount of momentum by bettering yourself, doing what you say you're going to do, keeping those promises to yourself, improving yourself, building that confidence, educating yourself. So once you get into real estate, you've got money in the bank, you're back and better than ever, and you're ready to hit the ground running, so to speak. I know this was obviously filled with a lot of words and I repeated myself a lot, but hopefully you get the idea. And if you do, subscribe to the channel, like this video. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.